Good evening and welcome back inside the GCU softball stadium on the campus of Grand Canyon University for some more softball action as the Seattle Redhawks take on the Grand Canyon Antelopes in the second game of a three-game set here in Phoenix. Jack O'Hara here with you alongside Montana Lambden as the Lopes look to pick up the doubleheader sweep here after a big win in game one, 10-1, capped off by Sierra Smith's long two-run home run in the bottom of the fourth, and Ryan Denhart with the complete game five-inning, one-run performance to pick up her 10th win of the season.
Yeah, Jack, you couldn't have asked for a better start to one of the Lopes' biggest series in WAC play. The 8-run fourth inning in game one led to the most GCU runs in a game this year. More than that, the wins outs GCU and Seattle in a tie at the top of the conference standings. But it all starts over in game two. This is an absolute big game for both teams. I'll have to tell you, Jack, I cannot wait to see how this unfolds tonight.
Number 12.
Well, we talked about the three keys to the game in game one. Let's take a look and see how the Lopes fared when it came to the three keys in game one, Montana.
The first key was just like last time, and because the last time these two teams met, GCU got the 7-4 victory over the number 3 Seattle in game 5 of the WAC tournament. So tonight, the girls definitely did that, and they need to do it one more time, just like last time. The second to the key of the game was don't let them fly. Seattle was looking to further their 7-game winning streak, but that ended tonight as the Lopes took the lead. And the last key was redemption over Redhawks, and GCU definitely got redemption tonight after losing their series last weekend.
So we'll see how Yessie Morrison responds to Ryan Denhart picking up her 10th win. Yessie has 9 wins of her own, 9-5 coming into this one, 75 2/3 innings pitched. She's allowed 80 hits, 21 earned runs, has allowed 11 walks, but has picked up 24 strikeouts. She's only allowed 6 extra base hits as she goes up against Cheyenne Smith on the mound for the Redhawks. Cheyenne Smith tied a single-game school record for Seattle with 12 strikeouts last weekend as the Redhawks swept Bakersfield. Seattle came into this one with a 7-game winning streak before falling 10-1 in game one just moments ago. So Vigiano will dig in, picked up a hit in game one, a single to lead things off in the first. Same lineup for Seattle as they'll go Vigiano, Choate, and Cathcart as the first pitch ripped to second. Torvill makes the 4-3 put out, 1 pitch and 1 out as we start game two. We are underway here in Phoenix.
And just like that, the Lopes are really getting ahead early this game.
And just like in game one, Lorianne Olson heads down by the gate to close that gate down the right field line.
Batting second for Seattle U, the right fielder, number 1, Allie Choate.
2 games in a row that's happened for Lorianne Olson as Choate digs in, picked up 3 hits in game one, taps that one slowly, bobbled there by Smith, and there's going to be no play at first base, so Choate's going to reach. And she's been on base all 4 times so far here tonight against the Lopes. So Seattle being very aggressive early against Morrison, jumping all over the first 2 pitches. Sharp ground ball to second, grounder to Smith. Shea unable to keep with it. So with 1 out and a runner on first base, Madison Cathcart digs in. Picked up the 1 and only RBI in game one for the Redhawks as that pitch is on the outside corner for a called strike count on 1. Cathcart picking up an RBI single in the top of the third to then tie the game at 1 apiece. But as we saw in that bottom half of the 4th inning, the Lopes picking up 8 runs on 8 hits. As the 0-1 pitch just misses up, count moves to 1-1. We saw in game one Ryan Denhart really working that outside corner with the home plate umpire Sandy Leak. It's Eric Jones behind home plate calling balls and strikes in this one with Dale Wilson over there by second base and Sandy Leak at first base. As that pitch lofted softly in the air to left field, Gianna Nicoletti makes the grab for the second out as Choate heads back to first. And there are 2 away now as Brianna Thompson will now dig in, hitting .302 on the season.
The catcher, number 6, Bailey Thompson.
Brianna came to the plate with runners on first and second and 1 out in the first inning in game one and grounded into a sharp 4-6-3 inning-ending double play to get Denhart out of trouble. We saw Ryan get into trouble in the first 3 frames, leaving 5 runners in scoring position for Seattle. En route to her 10th win as that pitch drills Thompson, and she'll take first base. And just like that, Seattle has runners on first and second with 2 outs. So that one getting away from Morrison, trying to come inside with the fastball, comes in just a little bit too much inside. And that'll bring up Kaylee Ray.
Number 4, Kaylee Reeves.
Bree picked up a base hit in the second inning of game 1, average at .317. Trying to get Seattle on the board here in the first. Here's the first pitch from Morrison. Fastball ripped in the air, left center field. Going back is Nicoletti. She's not going to get there as it hits off the wall. 1-run scores. Coming around is Thompson. Here's the play at the plate. Throws up the line. A huge 2-run double for Kaylee Ree. And just like that, it's 2-0 Redhawks here in the first.
Seattle is really looking to redeem themselves right now during game 2. And as you can see, they're already getting ahead early.
Reed did a nice job waiting back on that fastball, drives it the other way. As Thompson came all the way around from first to score on that play for the 2-run double. First pitch misses up here to Carly Nance. Nance picking up the loss on the circle. Back in game 1, came into the day with a 1.50 ERA. Left into the bottom of the 4th with a 1.81, so still a pretty good ERA for the Redhawks left-hander. She fouls that one back. Count moves to 1-1. Average at .271 at the plate. 4 home runs, 20 runs batted in. Was 0 for 2 in game 1. Jessie Morrison just trying to limit the damage here. Had a runner on first with 2 outs. Hits Thompson before the 2-run double to Ree. Is that pitch grounded through the hole on the right side and into right field for a base hit. Coming around to score is Ree. Moving to second on the throw is Carly Nance as she picks up an RBI single. Now has 21 runs batted in, and it's 3-0 Redhawks here in the first. So just what Seattle needed after that 10-1 defeat, and it looks like that's going to be all for Jessie Morrison, who only goes 2/3 of an inning here tonight. So Jessie allows 3 earned runs on 2 hits as Lexi Coons makes her way into this ball game in the first. And again, just what the Redhawks needed after that 10-1 defeat earlier tonight.
Lexi is a sophomore pitcher out of Tucson, Arizona. She's a pre-med major, which is not easy to do athletics and pre-med.
Alexi's going to try and get the Lopes out of this first inning. With just those 3 runs allowed, she has a 4-4 overall record, 3 saves on the season and 61 innings pitched. Has allowed 24 earned runs while picking up 40 strikeouts in the process.
Number 2, Lexi Coons.
And she'll battle with Cherise Sylvan. Sylvan 0 for 1, reached base twice in game 1, average at .321.
Cherise Sylvan.
As the first pitch fastball, sliced foul and out of play. So count 0-1 on Sylvan. That pitch misses inside. Count moves to 1-1. Sylvan doing a nice job getting out of the way of that fastball. Lexi last pitching last Saturday night in Las Cruces as that pitch misses outside. Count moves to 2-1. Through 2 innings against the Aggies, only allowed 1 hit while striking out 2. Through 48 pitches in that game as she notched down her 4th save of the season. Lopes picking up the win that night, 6-4. As a 2-1 pitch, fouled straight back. And the count moves to 2-2. Sylvan just missing that 2-1 fastball over the heart of the plate. Lexi doing a nice job challenging the left-handed hitter on that pitch. We'll see what she comes with on 2-2, trying to get out of the inning. 2-2 pitch, ripped up the middle, right past Coons and into center field for a base hit. And a perfect throw from Maddie Dowdle. 1 hop to Dietrich behind the plate.
The ball looked like it barely missed Lexi, almost attacking her in the legs as she jumped up just in time for it to barely hit her.
And that ball hitting the lip of the grass past the second base bag, giving Maddie Dowdle a perfect hop to come away with that 1 bounce throw to Kaylee Dietrich. Nance had to be held up at third base as that first pitch misses low. Throw down to second base, nabs Cherise Sylvan. Perfect throw from Kaylee Dietrich to get the Lopes out of further trouble here in the first. So Coons and Dietrich get out of it, but not before Seattle puts up a 3 spot. 3 runs on 3 hits. They leave 2 runners on base. Let's go to the bottom of the first. It's Seattle 3 and the Lopes coming to bat.
It's time for the upcoming schedule, brought to you by BSN Sports, the largest provider of team sports equipment and apparel in the country. Baseball returns home next weekend for an exciting matchup against Cal State Bakersfield. Catch the Lopes on May 3rd, 4th, and 5th right here on GCU TV.
There are the final stages before the WAC tournament. Kicks off for softball here on May 8th. And before that, the Lopes will look to erase a 3-run deficit here in the first inning as they're going to have a tough task ahead with right-hander Cheyenne Smith. We mentioned in the pregame, Cheyenne Smith tying a single-game school record with 12 strikeouts last weekend, en route to a Redhawks sweep over Bakersfield at Logan Field in Seattle. That happened on Saturday night. And right-hander Andy Larkins for Seattle through the 5th no-hitter in Seattle history, as well as we take a look at the starting lineup for the Lopes. Nothing much has changed. Gianna Nicoletti leads things off. She's in left field. Shay Smith at short. She bats second. Savannah Torvill at second base. She hits third. Kaylee Holland will clean things up. Sierra Smith bats 5th. She plays third base. Kaylee Dietrich behind the plate. She bats 6th. Maddie Dowdle in center field. She hits 7th. Taylor Olson at first base. She hits 8th. And to round out the batting order in right field is going to be Lorianne Olson. So we'll see if the Lopes can at least cut into that 3-run lead for Cheyenne Smith and the Redhawks. Gianna went 0 for 2 in game 1. Average at .208 as she fights that one off, slices it just past the outstretched glove of Matriotti at third base, count 0-1. So Gianna just trying to slice one the other way there. Trying to get on base for the heart of the order. That again really got to Carly Nance in that bottom of the 4th inning. As the 0-1 pitch. Scott in the air, shallow center field, but coming in on it is Vigiano, and she'll make the play for the first out of the inning. So Nicoletti is 0 for 1, and that'll bring up Shay Smith.
Your shortstop, number 6, Shay Smith.
Shay picking up 2 hits in game 1. Picked up a single in the bottom of the 3rd inning, would steal second base and advance to 3rd after the ball trickled into shallow center field. Come around to score on a sac fly from Savannah Torvill. Would drive in a pair of runs with a 2-run single up the middle in the 4th inning. That gave the Lopes a 5-1 lead at the time as she fouls that one off. Count moves to 1-1. Average still at .388. with 4 home runs, now 22 runs batted in. Again, the final homestand for Shea and Sierra Smith, as well as Maddie Dowdle. As that pitch cut on and missed, and the count moves to 1-2. So Cheyenne Smith looking to retire the first 2 hitters in the Lopes order here in the first. We'll see what she gives Shea here on 1-2. Goes with the fastball over the heart of the plate. Smith fouls it straight back, so we'll do it again at 1-2. Shea not exactly expecting the fastball on 1-2, unless she fouled it off. We'll see what she gets on this 1-2 offering from Smith, who does have 85 strikeouts on the year. That pitch misses outside, count moves to 2-2. In 78 2/3 innings, Smith has struck out 85 while walking 31. So an excellent strikeout to walk ratio for the Redhawks right-hander, as that pitch is lofted in the air, shallow center field. Coming in is Vigiano. She makes the play. Second put out for the Redhawks center fielder. 2 up and 2 down here in the first, as Savannah Torvill is going to dig in.
The second baseman, number 26, Savannah Torvill.
And we saw Savannah pick up a pair of RBIs in game 1. The sac fly, like I mentioned, in the 3rd inning. And then in the 4th inning with an RBI double that scored Shea Smith. And a pitch in there for a strike, count 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch taken on the inside corner, called strike 2. And the count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Torvill. She looks to choke up the bat here and protect the plate. Trying to pass the baton to Kaylee Holland, waiting on deck. As the 0-2 pitch, she lays off the high fastball, and the count moves to 1-2.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting to see how the momentum shifts so quickly. The Lopes really need to strike back and get things back their way here at their field.
1-2 offering. Hooked foul over the third base dugout and out of play, so we'll do it again on 1-2. Like you mentioned, Montana, the Lopes with a 10-1 victory in game 1. Come out of the gate stumbling here in game 2. Trailing 3-0 in the first inning, trying to find their mojo here against Cheyenne Smith. As a 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball in there for a called strike 3, and that'll do it here in the first. A 1-2-3 inning for Cheyenne Smith as she retires the Lopes in order. Let's move to the second here in Phoenix. You're watching GCU softball here on GCU TV.
Canyon State Credit Union, a local credit union serving the Valley for over 65 years, can assist you in buying your first home, refinancing your current home, or if you're dreaming of a retirement home. Canyon State Credit Union can provide you with a fast and affordable solution that meets your needs. Let Canyon State Credit Union run the numbers on your dream. Visit canyonstatecu.org or call 623-580-6015 for more information. Canyon State Credit Union, committed to you. We do business in accordance with the Equal Credit Opportunity Act, MLS number 410376.
I will always be with you, my friend. I will be with you until the end. I will always be there when you fall and help you when you need it most of all.
Let's move to inning number 2 here in Phoenix. 3-0 Redhawks after they put up a 3 spot against Yessie Morrison in the first inning. Lexi Coons now on in relief after just 2/3 of an inning from Yessie Morrison. Wouldn't be shocked to see more of Yessie for tomorrow night's action. Senior night here in Phoenix for the Lopes. As will be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for Seattle here in the second. First pitch to Timmons. Misses outside, count 1-0.
You mentioned senior night tomorrow, and of course the Lopes seniors are the Smith sisters, Maddie Dowdle, Taylor Kay. 4 of the Lopes' biggest, most influential players, and they're all leaving us.
1-0 pitch, slice foul to even up the count at 1-1. Definitely some key bats in that batting order as well. Defensively, the whole left side of that outfield. You have Kay, who's typically in center, has gotten the entire day off here. Maddie Dowdle currently in center field, usually out there in left field. Then you have the Smith sisters at short and third. Gonna be tough to replace next season if you're Coach Pearson, as that pitch clips the outside corner and the count moves to 1-2.
Yeah, Coach Pearson is definitely not looking forward to losing those key girls. They've been a huge part to this team.
1-2 pitch. Misses outside. Count moves to 2-2 on Timmons. Timmons went 0 for 2 in game 1, averaged down to .325. Did score a run after being hit by a pitch in that third inning against Ryan Denhart. Came around to score on the RBI single from Cathcart as she works the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes, trying to get on base, trying to add to that 3-0 lead as Seattle tries to regain possession of the WAC conference. Remember, the Lopes, with their 10-1 win, have now tied Seattle atop the leaderboards in the WAC standings as the 3-2 pitch just misses outside on a leadoff walk here for Timmons. And she's aboard here with nobody out to lead things off here in inning number 2.
I think the Lopes really need to just regain that momentum and energy that they had last game to get things done.
So we'll see what Allison Matriotti does with the runner on first base, trying to move the runner into scoring position. She lays down a bunt, pulls back as the pitch is outside, count 1-0. Matriotti 1 for 2 in game 1, the junior, hitting .230 on the season. Sierra Smith playing in at the bag at third, squares again, pulls back as the count moves to 2 balls and no strikes. So Lexi Coons really trying to paint that outside corner like Ryan Denhart did in game 1, not really getting the call there from the home plate umpire Eric Jones here early on. .2-0 pitch. And the count moves to 3-0. Matriotti not laying down the bunt attempt on that last pitch. A 3-0 pitch, most likely not getting the green light here. Vigiano waiting on deck as a 3-0 pitch in there for a called strike. Count moves to 3-1. Lexi Coons is trying to battle back here in this at-bat against Matriotti. Does not want to put 2 runners on with no outs at the top of the order looming. .3-1 pitch. Fastball, sliced down the left field line and foul. So Coons works her way back in this at-bat. Down 3 balls and no strikes, now has made the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. We'll see what Timmons does at first base here. Not be shocked to see her try and swipe it back here. 3-2 pitch, no outs. Little hit and run action as the 3-2 pitch is sliced foul yet again. Timmons not running on the pitch. Lexi Coons has only thrown 12 pitches in this one thus far since taking over for Yessie Morrison. Trying to get a big out here in Matriotti. .3-2 pitch, misses up, and Matriotti is aboard with a walk. So back-to-back walks handed out by Lexi Coons to start things out here in the second. Runners on first and second and nobody out as she looks to work herself out of trouble with the top of the order looming for Seattle as Olivia Vigiano is going to dig in. And Coons and Dietrich just trying to get on the same page. We'll see a quick mound visit here between the two. And a lot of speed looming for Seattle with Olivia Vigiano. We saw in game one with the infield single to start things out in that game in game one. And Choate waiting on deck with great speed as well. So Timmons will lead off second. First pitch from Coons. Just misses on the outside corner, count 1-0. With Vigiano's speed, wouldn't be shocked to see her try and lay down a bunt here. We saw her square on that first pitch. Trying to move the runners over to second and third. She squares again, does not get it down as she misses the bunt attempt. Count moves to 1-1 strike. Just trying to move the runners over to second and third with Choate and Cathcart looming. One pitch. Gets the bunt down there right in front of Dietrich. Throws to first and bobbled there by Savannah Torvill, and she's called safe by the first base umpire, Dale Wilson. So the bases are going to be loaded and nobody out. Throw right on the money from Dietrich. Savannah Torvill unable to gain full control of that ball before Matriotti stepped on first base. So all ducks on the pond here for the Redhawks. Allie Choate digging in, and the Lopes have yet to retire Choate all night as Seattle looks to break this thing wide open. First pitch in there for a strike count, 0-1.
Lexi really needs to go after the hitters and pound that strike zone. These outs are really crucial.
0-1 pitch, misses up, count moves to 1-1. And Choate has been the toughest out so far here tonight for the Lopes. Only has 2 home runs on the season, does have 25 runs batted in. But average at .420, that leads the Redhawks. As it's Timmons on third, Matriotti on second, Vigiano on first. As that pitch misses high and in, count moves to 2-1. Nowhere to put Choate here with the bases loaded. Lexi Coons does have no choice but to come right after Choate here with Madison Cathcart waiting on deck. See what she offers here on 2-1. Goes with the fastball on the corner and gets the call from Eric Jones as the count moves to 2-2. So big pitch there from Lexi Coons. Does not give in to Choate, but hits the corner to even up the count at 2-2 strikes. Did not want to fall behind 3-1 on the Redhawks' best hitter, or she'd have to come right after her with a fastball over the plate. So we'll see what she gets here on 2-2. Goes with the fastball in the corner again and does not get the call from the home plate umpire as the count is now full at 3-2 strikes. So Coons goes back to what worked the pitch before. Just a little bit off the plate there as Dietrich did her best job to frame that in the zone. But nowhere to put Choate here on the payoff pitch. 3-2, nobody out, bases loaded. The pitch sliced foul down the left field line, so we'll do it again at 3-2.
Choate is definitely working the count down there.
Definitely a quality at bat for Seattle's best hitter. Choate again 3 for 3 in game one. Reached on an E6 by Shea Smith with 1 out back in the first. Payoff pitch. Fouled straight back again, and we'll do it again at 3-2. Choate came around to score on the 2-run double from Kaylee Ree. That put Seattle on the board 2-0. And then Carly Nance with the RBI single. That scored Kaylee Ree to make this a 3-0 ball game early on. Seattle with a golden opportunity to break this thing wide open. Payoff pitch. Sliced foul again. Choate unable to chase up to that fastball from Coons here, fouling all 3 of those pitches on the left side. It's been a steady diet of fastballs in this at-bat for Coons. We'll see if he tries to get her to chase something off speed. As Choate is looking fastball on this payoff pitch. He gets the fastball. Slow roller to first. Olsen comes home with it. Dietrich, throw to first. And it's going to be a double play for the Lopes, just what the doctor ordered if you're Lexi Coons. A 3-2-3 double play. That puts runners on second and third with 2 outs. Allie Choate got crossed up there as she stopped halfway down the first base line. Didn't quite know what the situation was. As Taylor Olsen threw to home to get the force out, Kaylee Dietrich back to Olsen for the 3-2-3 double play. And just like that, Lexi Coons is 1 pitch away here from getting herself out of the jam with no runs allowed. First pitch to Cathcart, misses outside 1-0. Cathcart 0 for 1 and in this game. Average down to 312.
Lopes are really eager to come back right now.
Great speed on the base paths for the Redhawks. Single sure does score 2 runs here as that pitch misses inside. Nice job by Cathcart to get out of the way of that fastball. So the count moves to 2 balls and no strikes here. Again, first base is open with Brianna Thompson waiting on deck. Excuse me, Bailey Thompson. 2-0 pitch to Cathcart. Is ripped into the gap in right center field. That ball's going to fall and go all the way to the wall. So 2 runs are going to score. It's going to be a stand-up 2-run double for Madison Cathcart. She has 2 ribbies, and it's 5-0 Seattle.
That ball just inches away from flying over the fence.
So Lexi Coons doing a good job getting that 3-2-3 double play against Allie Choate. But Madison Cathcart making her pay, leaving a ball over the heart of the plate, lacing that one into the right center field gap for a 2-run double. Scoring Matriotti and Vigiano. So a 5-0 lead now for the Redhawks as Bailey Thompson digs in. First pitch fastball misses, count 1-0.
It's really interesting as Bailey is the only right-handed batter in the entire lineup for Seattle.
Definitely a lefty-dominated order for the Redhawks. That's a 1-0 pitch. Ripped into left field. That ball's going to fall for a base hit. Coming home is Cathcart. Here's the throw from Nicoletti, and it's right on the money. As Dietrich applies the tag to Cathcart, a perfect throw from Gianna Nicoletti as she has shown off the glove and the arm here tonight in Phoenix, but not before Seattle picks up 2 more runs. 2-run double off the bat of Madison Cathcart as we move to the bottom of the second. 5-0 Redhawks here in Phoenix.
The Lopes are getting ready for basketball season, and this is a year that you don't want to miss. Basketball season tickets go on sale on June 3rd, but you can join the waitlist now to be first in line. Lock in your season tickets now and get on the waitlist by going to gculopes.com/tickets.
So Seattle with 3 runs in that first inning, a 1-2-3 inning for Cheyenne Smith in that first inning. And Seattle picking up 2 more insurance runs in the second inning. So 3-0 becomes 5-0, and just like that, the Lopes are going to have to start chipping away if they want any shot of regaining first place in the WAC conference here tonight. It'll be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters in the Lopes order, starting with Kaylee Holland, followed by Sierra Smith and Kaylee Dietrich. We saw the 5, 6, and 7 hitters, Smith, Dietrich, and Dowdle getting the job done in Game 1. All 3 of them picking up 2 hits. Holland went 1 for 3 in Game 1, averaged down to 260. Picked up a single in the left field in that 4th inning, where the Lopes batted around, scored 8 runs on 8 hits. Again, it doesn't have to come all at once, but the Lopes definitely have to chip away. Starting right now down 5-0 against a really good pitcher in Cheyenne Smith. First pitch fouled straight back by Holland, count 0-1. And she definitely wants that pitch back. Right over the heart of the plate, just got underneath it for the first strike.
Lopes are definitely very strong batters, as you saw last game in the 8-run 4th inning. So let's see what they can really do right now to get on board.
0-1 pitch, misses outside, count moves to 1-1. Holland getting the start as the designated player in both games of this doubleheader. As a 1-1 pitch, cut on and missed. Way out in front of that fastball. As Smith's ahead in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Picked up 1 strikeout in the first. Only threw 13 pitches in that inning. As the Lopes are looking for their first base runner. 1-2 pitch, misses up. Does not get Holland to chase on 1-2. So the count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, Holland trying to set up Sierra Smith and Kaylee Dietrich, due up 2nd and 3rd in this inning. There's a 2-2 pitch. Misses outside and the count runs full at 3-2, so a quality at bat here for Holland. As she will see the 6th pitch of this at bat between herself and Cheyenne Smith. Again, Smith has only allowed 31 walks this season. As the 3-2 pitch fouled straight back in on the hands of Holland. Does a nice job of fighting that fastball on the inside corner.
I think something that makes the Lopes batters so strong is that they really know how to work the count. They have good eyes out there, knowing when to swing and
payoff pitch, inside pitch. Holland doing a nice job fouling that one away, as well as we'll do it again at 3-2. So the 8th pitch of this at-bat between Smith and Holland upcoming to start things off here in the second. As you mentioned, Montana, the Lopes doing a solid job so far here tonight, working the count as that one gets past the glove of Smith. Going to be a tough play for Timmons, but she makes the play, nabbing Holland at first base. Nice stretch over there at first base by Madison Cathcart. So a 6-3 put out there for Timmons. And we have 1 away here in the second. And that'll bring up Sierra Smith, who had herself quite the game in game number 1, going 3 for 3. A pair of singles in her first 2 at-bats, and then the big blow. A tape measure 2-run home run over the right field wall. That gave the Lopes the 10-1 lead. That pitch is in there on the inside, or excuse me, the outside corner for a strike, count 0-1. With those 3 hits, Smith was able to move her batting average up 14 points. Entered the day with a .310 average as she swings through that fastball up in the zone, and the count's quickly 0 balls and 2 strikes. Smith's average currently .324. Trying to get on base for the 4th time in this one, trying to become the first Lopes base runner here in game number 2. As Smith delivers the 0-2 pitch, fastball cut on and missed. Smith will take a seat for the second out. 5 up and 5 down thus far for Cheyenne Smith. As Kaylee Dietrich will get a try with 2 outs and nobody on here in the second. Dietrich 2 for 3 in game 1. We mentioned that RBI double that got the Lopes on the board in that second inning. Fouls that pitch off way inside. Almost looked like that pitch could have hit Kaylee Dietrich. As Smith continues to get in on these Lopes hitters, jamming them inside as the count is 0-1. A quick talk over there with Coach Pearson. This will be an 0-1 pitch from Smith. She's only thrown 24 pitches thus far. Count moves to 1-1. You saw in that at bat with Sierra Smith. Came at her with the fastball, got her to foul it off, and then came with the high fastball to get Smith to chase to move the count to 0-2. Tried the same technique there with Dietrich. Didn't get her to chase. Jams her inside yet again. There, gets her to foul it off. Count moves to 1-2. Nothing you could do about that pitch on the inside corner if you're a right-handed bat. Trying to barrel up that inside pitch. So we'll see what she gets here on 1-2. Already has 2 strikeouts through the first inning and 2/3. Has a 1-2 pitch on the outside corner. Just misses for ball 2, and the count moves to 2-2. Smith looking to get the call there from the home plate umpire. Does not. The count moves to 2-2. A little different strike zone here for Eric Jones as it was Sandy Leak. As a 2-2 pitch. Fouled off again by Dietrich. So quality at bat here for the Lopes catcher. Dietrich slapped the tag on Cathcart at home plate after a tremendous throw from Gianna Nicoletti to end things in the top half of the second inning. Would have given Seattle a 6-0 lead. Instead held it to 5 as the 2-2 pitch misses outside. Count moves to 3-2. Kaylee trying to raise that .299 on base percentage right here, right now. Trying to get on base as she sees the payoff pitch here from Cheyenne Smith. Fastball inside. Rifles it down the left field line, and foul will do it again. Payoff pitch goes with the off speed. Dietrich waits on it and lines it right to Timmons at short for the final out. So Dietrich hits it hard, but has nothing to show for it as Smith has retired the Lopes in order for the second straight inning. 6 up, 6 down as we head to inning number 3. 5-0 Seattle University. You're watching GCU softball here on GCU TV.
One more member on our roster. Streets of New York is proud to announce Grand Canyon University to our winning team. We are now the official pizza of GCU. Go Lopes.
We have been the experts in clean since 1945. We help businesses keep their facilities cleaner, healthier, greener, and safer. We are passionate about what we do and are committed to making your workplace environment the cleanest and healthiest it can be.
Back here on GCU TV as we move to inning number 3. It's a 5-0 lead for the Redhawks. Lexi Kuhn's back out on the mound. Second full inning in relief for Yessie Morrison, who only threw 2/3 of an inning in this one. Gave up 3 earned runs on 3 hits. As the first pitch, float in the air, shallow center field, but right there is Savannah Torvill to make the play right on the lip of the grass for the first out. So 1 pitch and 1 out for Lexi here in the 3rd. As that'll bring up Carly Nance. Coons loaded the bases with nobody out in that second inning. Got a huge 3-2-3 double play ground ball to Taylor Olson. Threw out the runner at home plate. Dietrich back to first to retire Allie Choate, who stopped halfway down the first base line for the double play. That put runners on second and third with 2 outs. And then Madison Cathcart taking advantage of a fastball over the heart of the plate, lacing it into the right center field gap for a 2-run double. That made it 5-0. As that pitch misses low, count moves to 1-1 on Nance. Nance 1 for 1 in this one. Picked up an RBI single back in the first inning against Yessie Morrison. That gave Seattle the 3-0 lead at the time. That's a 1-1 pitch, cut on and missed. Coons gets Nance to swing ahead of that off-speed pitch, and the count moves to 1-2. Coons still looking for her first punch out in this one. We'll see what she gets here on 1-2. Tries to get Nance to chase the high heater there, but to no avail as the count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two-two pitch, fastball cut on and missed, and there's the first punch out of the night for Lexi Coons as Nance will take a seat. She's now 1 for 2. 2 up and 2 down for the Lopes right-hander here in the top of the third. Cherise Sylvan, 1 for 1 in this game, steps in. Picked up a single back in the first inning, would be left stranded at first base. As the first pitch bunted right back to Coons, throws on to Torvill at first base covering for the easy 1-2-3 inning. So let's move to the bottom half of the third inning. Lopes trying to chip away in this one. They trail it 5-0 to Seattle here in Phoenix.
Get the best gear to show off your Lope pride. Go to lopeshops.gcu.edu to find everything GCU, from the newest apparel to the coolest accessories. Use promo code GCUTV25 to get 25% off for being a GCU TV viewer. Let's paint the Valley purple. Lopes up.
So we've seen Cheyenne Smith mix in her off-speed pitch with her fastball in the first 2 innings. It appears so far through the first 6 hitters, she goes in with the fastball on the first pitch and tries to get the Lopes hitters to chase the high fastball on pitch number 2, and if she gets ahead, no balls and 2 strikes, there's no telling what she can do. Again, picking up the school record for Seattle last weekend with 12 strikeouts against Bakersfield en route to a sweep for Seattle, who have won 7 of their last 8. Came into this one with a 7-game winning streak before their loss earlier today against the Lopes. Smith has yet to allow a base runner in this one as she deals with the 7, 8, and 9 hitters in the Lopes order. As it'll be Dowdle, Olson, and Olson. Taylor Olson 8th and Lorianne Olson 9th. Dowdle picked up a hit in game 1, averaged now at 284. Reached base in every at-bat.
Number 4, Maddie Dowdle.
Has 2 home runs and 15 runs batted in on the season. Again, like we mentioned before, usually out there in left field. Maining center field today in the outfield. Taylor Kay not in the lineup for either game here tonight. As that pitch in there on the inside corner for a strike count, 0-1. So Smith going with the fastball on the inside corner yet again. Let's see if she goes up here on 0-1. Trying to get Dowdle to chase. Dowdle squaring to bunt here. Lopes again still looking for their first base runner as Smith does go with the high fastball. As she does not go around, says the first base umpire Dale Wilson, and Smith did not expect the throw there from Bailey Thompson. No look catch there from Seattle's right-hander. A 1-1 offering nonetheless here to Dowdle. Goes with the fastball in again and paints the corner to go up in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Last game she pitched against GCU, she allowed 3 runs and struck out a career high of 9 hitters.
1-2 pitch, goes with the fastball high and inside. Dowdle does a nice job spoiling that pitch to remain in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. So once again, we're seeing a steady diet of fastballs from Smith in this at-bat to Dowdle. We'll see if she tries to fool her with the off speed on 1 and 2. Goes with the fastball away as the count moves to 2 and 2. Smith has yet to make a mistake over the heart of the plate in this one. Lopes looking out for that as they look to chip away down by 5. Goes with the fastball right down the heart of the plate, and it's going to one-hop the wall out there in left field. Sylvan fields it, throws in to second. as Dowdle slides into second safely with a leadoff double to start things off here in the third. So just as I say, Smith has not allowed a mistake over the heart of the plate all night long. Dowdle deposits that one hop off the left field wall for a leadoff double. The first Lopes hit and base runner of the night. As they look to get on the board here in the third, Taylor Olson digs in, hitting .277. 1 for 2 in game one. Raised her average to .282. She squares to bunt, lays it down the third base line. Matriotti throws to first, sacrifice bunt for Olson as the Lopes continue to execute the sacrifice bunt perfectly this evening. That's the third one of the night, first in game two. So a runner on third and 1 out for the Lopes as Lorianne Olson looks to get the Lopes on the board. Olson picked up an RBI in that 4th inning in game one. Now has 5 RBIs on the season, looking for number 6 right here as she swings and fouls off that pitch off the glove of Thompson, count 0-1. Infield is in for Seattle, up by 5. Oh, 0-1 pitch from Smith. Goes with the fastball low and away. Does not get the call as the count moves to 1-1. So doesn't go with the fastball up there after allowing the double to Dowdle. We'll see if she changes anything in her arsenal here. Again, have not quite seen that off-speed pitch yet as the 1-2 pitch up in the zone. Getting Olson to chase and the count moves to 1-2. Smith looking for the strikeout here with less than 2 outs. Runner on third base. Goes with the fastball away. Doesn't get Olson to chase. Count moves to 2-2. As you mentioned earlier, Montana, the Lopes with an impeccable pair of eyes so far in this series against Seattle. Not chasing anything out of the zone. As a 2-2 offering. Fastball up, popped in the air. That'll do the job for Smith. As Matriotti makes the play on the infield dirt. And there are 2 away. That will not get the job done as Dowdle remains at third base now with 2 outs. And that'll bring up Gianna Nicoletti. And it looks like we may see a change here as Coach Pearson talks things over with Eric Jones, the home plate umpire. And we may see a pinch hitter here for Gianna Nicoletti. Looking like it's going to be Jordan Keaton off the bench for Coach Pearson. So with 2 outs and a runner on third base, Lopes trying to get on the board.
Pinch hitting for GCU.
Jordan Keaton pinch hitting for Gianna Nicoletti.
Jordan Keaton.
Jordan is really known for being thrown into situations like this and really helping Lopes get ahead.
Has 12 hits and 46 at-bats, hitting .261 on the season. We'll see how Smith tries to navigate her way through Keaton as the first pitch misses up, count 1-0. Keaton known for having a good eye at the plate, so we'll see if Smith can get her to chase that high fastball. That's been quite effective so far here tonight as Keaton swings through that pitch as the count moves to 1-1. It appears she fouled it off as Dowdle moves back to third base. So not only has that fastball up in the zone been effective tonight for Cheyenne Smith, that fastball inside has been able to jam some of these Lopes hitters here through the first 2 2/3 innings. 1-1 pitch, fastball ripped in the air, fairly deep center field. Vigiano's there and she'll make the play. As we will head to the top of the 4th inning. 3 scoreless innings for Cheyenne Smith as the Lopes leave a runner on third base. It's 5-0 Seattle. You're watching GCU softball here on GCU TV.
Seattle University Redhawks. After the game, we will be honoring our...
Feel the thunder in the heart of Phoenix. GCULopes.com.
We needed one more member on our roster. Streets of New York is proud to announce Grand Canyon University to our winning team. We are now the official pizza of GCU. Go Lopes.
Let's move to inning number 4 here on GCU TV. Lopes still looking to battle back in this one, down 5-0 to the Redhawks after winning game 1 by a final score of 10-1. Lexi Coons back out on the mound for her 3rd inning in relief. In 2 1/3 innings pitched thus far, she's only allowed 3 hits, 2 unearned runs as that pitch is blooped in the infield. Shea Smith, can of corn over there at short for the first out, so 1 pitch and 1 out for Coons, as Matriotti will dig in.
Third baseman, Allison Matriotti.
Coons working quick and effectively so far since entering this game. Got herself into that bases loaded, nobody out mess back in the 2nd inning, but had an easy 1-2-3 inning back in the 3rd, so she's retired the last 5 hitters she's faced. As the first pitch misses inside, count 1-0 on Matriotti. Matriotti walked back in the 2nd. As a 1-0 pitch, past the glove of Coons, and Smith grabs it, keeps it in on the infield, but is unable to make the play at first base as Matriotti reaches with an infield single. So that ball able to get past the glove of Coons on the circle for an infield hit. And that'll bring us back to the top of the batting order for Seattle with Olivia Vigiano. The first pitch to Vigiano misses low, 1-0. Great speed on first base with Matriotti as Seattle looks to add to their 5-0 lead here in the 4th. Remember the way the Lopes offense performed in game 1. This game long from over. The Lopes down by 5. Going on the pitch is Matriotti, chopped to second. Going to be a tough play at first, and it's not going to be made as Torvill throws it past the glove of Olsen. And by the Redhawks dugout as the runners will advance an extra base. So runners on 2nd and 3rd now for the Redhawks. As Allie Choate's going to dig in another big situation here for Lexi Coons to get out of.
Yeah, these are definitely 2 very highly competitive teams. As you saw last game, Lopes really shined, and in this game, Seattle was really taking over. It'll be interesting to see how things play out the rest of the series.
A high chopper there off the bat of Vigiano. Would have been a tough play for Torvill. Put a little something extra on that throw as it got past Olsen. So that pitch blooped on the infield. A huge out for the Lopes as Sierra Smith comes away with the play in foul territory. So Allie Choate, with runners in scoring position in her last 2 at-bats, grounded into that 3-2-3 double play back in the 2nd inning. Pops that one up on the infield in foul territory for the 2nd out. So runners on 2nd and 3rd now, 2 outs, as Madison Cathcart will dig in another mound visit here, trying to settle down Lexi Coons. We'll see what they want to do with Cathcart, who made Lexi Coons pay in her last at-bat with a 2-run double into the right center field gap. First base is open for Seattle, so if you want to put Cathcart on here with Bailey Thompson on deck, Thompson hitting .307, Cathcart hitting .317. So not an easy task either way here for Lexi Coons if she decides to put Cathcart on first base to try and get a force out at any base. It looks like they're going to walk Cathcart as Dietrich sets up outside. So it'll be bases loaded, 2 outs for Bailey Thompson, who's already 1 for 1 in this one. Coons just trying to keep this a 5-run deficit for the Lopes. As we look ahead to the bottom of the 4th inning, it'll be the heart of the order. Shea Smith, Savannah Torvill, and Kaylee Holland. As the Lopes look to figure out Cheyenne Smith in this one, who's been dominant through the first 3 innings.
Catcher, Bailey Thompson.
So with Cathcart reaching first base, Thompson will look to break this game wide open for Seattle. Hit by a pitch in the first inning, came around to score on Kaylee Ree's 2-run double. And picked up a single into left field in her last at bat in the second. So it's Matriotti on third, Vigiano on second, Cathcart on first as the first pitch popped up. And Coons is going to get herself into and out of trouble here in the top of the fourth as Shea Smith makes the play for the final out of the inning. So let's move to the bottom of the fourth. Seattle still up in this one 5-0 as the Lopes look to chip away here at home.
Welcome to the big leagues. The Grand Canyon Beverage Company has just launched a 16-ounce can of their popular energy drink, Stampede. Keep up with the herd and head to GCBC to get yours.
So Lexi Coons working herself out of 2 bases loaded situations in this game. They give up the 2-run double in the second inning that made it 5-0, but able to get herself out of trouble in that inning. Definitely a great call to walk Madison Cathcart with runners on second and third and 2 outs, loading up the bases. Gets Bailey Thompson to pop up to Shea Smith on the infield. So again, the heart of the order due up for the Lopes here against Cheyenne Smith, who has been dominant through the first 3 innings, and this one after her record-setting performance last weekend against Bakersfield. In 3 innings, she's only allowed 1 hit. It was the double to Maddie Dowdle to lead things off in the 3rd inning. Lopes would leave Maddie stranded on third base. After Maddie got to third base on the sac bunt from Taylor Olson. Lorianne Olson popping up to third base with Jordan Keaton flying out to center field to end the inning.
Leading off for your Lopes, the shortstop,
We'll see if Shea Smith
number 6.
can barrel up a ball here in the bottom of the 4th and get something going for the Lopes. Average at 386. Still leading the Lopes in that category. As the first pitch on the outside corner for a strike, count 0-1. Cheyenne Smith painting that outside corner on the first pitch. We'll see if she comes back inside here on Shea, up 0-1 in the count. Goes with the fastball over the heart of the plate there. Smith just misses it as the count moves to no balls and 2 strikes. And as Cheyenne Smith has Shea right where he wants her here. Oh-2 pitch. Smith pops that one in the air. It's going to get out of play and into the stands for a souvenir. So he'll do it again at 0-2. Oh-2 pitch, fastball over the heart of the plate, and Smith's going to rifle it into right field. 1 hop there for Chota. She throws it into second base. A leadoff single for Shea Smith. She picks up her 3rd hit of the night. First one in this game. All over that 0-2 pitch. Goes with the off speed over the heart of the plate there. Shea Smith did not miss it. Just placing that one over the head of Rhee and into right field for a base hit. So we'll see if Savannah Torvill can continue that pattern. Again, Lopes is looking to pick up a few runs here in the 4th inning as that first pitch fouled straight back. So the Lopes being way more aggressive here. The second go-around against Cheyenne Smith, who has done a tremendous job getting ahead of these Lopes hitters so far here tonight. Trying to pick up her 7th win of the spring. 0-1 pitch. Misses inside to Torvill. Count moves to 1-1.
Yeah, Savannah's really looking to continue that hit streak going. She's ranked first in the WAC in games in RBIs with 12 and third in average with a 438.
Pitch tap slowly on the right side. Cathcart makes a play, steps on the bag. Moving over to second is Shea Smith, so Torvill does the job to move the runner into scoring position as there is one away. And that'll bring up Kaylee Holland.
The designated player.
Holland 0 for 1 into this one, grounded softly to Timmons at short back in the first inning. Or back in the second inning, excuse me. Cheyenne Smith retiring the first 6 Lopes hitters in the first 2 innings. As the first pitch on the outside corner just misses. Count 1-0. Pitch, popped in the infield. Smith picks up a big out as Matriotti makes the play right in front of home plate for the second out. But gets that fastball in on the hands of Kaylee Holland, gets her to pop it up. So 2 away now, runner on second base, and that'll bring up Sierra Smith.
Number 3, the third baseman.
Sierra struck out on 3 pitches in her last at-bat. Fouled off a pitch on the inside corner, chased a high fastball for strike 2, and then swung and missed for strike 3, but that ball's going to dunk into left field for a base hit. 4th hit of the day for Sierra Smith as she picks up yet another RBI, scoring Shea Smith. And the Lopes are on the board. It's 5-1 on the RBI single.
Great efforts out there by Seattle to try and come in for that catch, but unfortunately they just did not get that in time.
Sierra Smith placing that ball beautifully out there in the Bermuda Triangle. It seemed like Sylvan, Ree, and Timmons all coming in on that play as it found grass out there in left field. So Smith will lead off first. Kaylee Dietrich, 0 for 1 in this game, looking to pass the baton over to Maddie Dowdle, who figured out Smith in her first at-bat with that double one hop off the left field wall in the 3rd inning. One more bloop and a blast puts the Lopes right back in this game, currently down by 4. As that pitch ripped down the left field line for a base hit. Fielding it out there is Sylvan. She'll throw it in. So moving up to second is Smith, a single for Dietrich. And just like that, the Lopes have something cooking here in the 4th, as they are one big blow away from getting right back in this ball game. As we will see a quick mound visit here for Seattle as Cheyenne Smith deals with her first true threat of the night. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Maddie Dowdle, who hit that double against her in her last at-bat, looking to do more damage here in the 4th for the Lopes. And Eric Jones is going to come out, break things up. It'll be interesting to see how Smith handles Dowdle here after missing with a 2-2 fastball right over the heart of the plate in her last at-bat. Dowdle did not miss it.
Maddie Dowdle.
Dowdle squares to bunt, pulls back, lays off the fastball inside, count 1-0. Smith's plan early on was to go with the fastball inside for strike 1 and come away with the fastball up in the zone for strike 2. Misses inside with that fastball, goes with another fastball in on the hands there to Dowdle, gets her to swing and foul it straight back to even up the count at a ball and a strike. So we've seen Smith come after these Lopes hitters with a 1-strike fastball up in the zone. We'll see if she mixes things up here with 2 runners on base and 2 outs. She goes with the fastball in once again, gets Dowdle to chase and foul it straight back, so the count moves to 1-2 now. And after 3 straight pitches inside, we'll see if Smith sticks with that inside fastball or tries to go away here with 2 strikes. Smith on second, Dietrich on first. Lopes trying to chip away. 1-2 pitch, fastball on the outside corner, just misses as the count moves to 2-2. Lopes now with 4 hits. They've only left 1 runner on base in this one. That was Maddie Dowdle back in the third inning. Dowdle trying to score at least 2 here in the fourth. Fastball up in the zone, fouled off to stay alive. Count remains 2-2. Two-two pitch. Fastball ripped down the left field line and foul. Dowdle hooking that one just a bit on that 2-2 pitch low in the zone, but able to stay alive once again. We'll see the 7th pitch of this at-bat between Dowdle and Smith upcoming. Cheyenne Smith about to throw her 60th pitch of the night here in the fourth. Again, the Lopes only with 4 hits thus far against Smith. Redhawks with 6 hits with 5 runs in the first 4 innings. As a 2-2 pitch up in the zone, doesn't get Dowdle to chase. And the count is full at 3-2, so Smith and Dietrich will try and have good jumps here on this payoff pitch. Dietrich going to try and score from first on a ball in the gap. We'll see what Smith goes with here on the payoff pitch to Dowdle. Fastball away, misses, and Dowdle works a walk. A great at-bat there from Maddie Dowdle, able to work the count and a reach with a walk. Fouled off a couple of tough pitches there on the inner part of the plate. On 2-2, it was able to work the count full, laying off a fastball up. Lays off that fastball on the outside corner to reach. So Smith on third. Looking like Taylor Titone is going to pinch run out there at second base. Excuse me, Rachel Hammonds at second base. And Maddie Dowdle at first base as Taylor Olson.
Now batting, first baseman,
Will look to get the Lopes right back in this game. Tying run at the plate. First pitch fouled straight back, count 0-1.
This is a really big at-bat for the Lopes. They really are trying to get some runs on the board.
One swing of the bat. We have a brand new ball game here in Phoenix. Taylor Olson with just 1 home run on the season. Was all over that first pitch fastball. Just got underneath it as that fastball misses. Count moves to 1-1. Plenty of speed out there on the base paths for the Lopes. As a 1-1 pitch popped in the air. Right in front of the booth as the count moves to a ball and 2 strikes. So Smith getting ahead yet again here despite loading up the bases. I'll see if she can get Olson to chase that high fastball. Or if she goes low and in, goes with the high fastball. Olson chases, and that'll do it here in the fourth. So the Lopes leave the bases loaded as we go to the top half of the 5th inning. Seattle still in front, this one 5-1. The Lopes do get on the board with an RBI single from Sierra Smith as we head to inning number 5. You're watching GCU softball here on GCU TV.
Across the painted desert to where the mountains touch the sky. This is Sanderson Ford country, where Arizona's pride. Sanderson Ford country, built on serving you. Sanderson Ford, satisfaction in everything we do. We're Arizona's pride. Sanderson Ford.
I came to college to play my sport, but more importantly, to earn a degree.
I'm constantly learning from those around me, my professors and peers, my coaches and teammates, and even my opponents.
There's nothing better than game day, battling side by side with my teammates.
The competition is what pushes me to be the best that I can be.
I take pride in my community and want to ensure that I am giving back and inspiring the next generation to do the same.
Back here on GCU TV, a golden opportunity for the Lopes in the bottom of the 4th inning. Come away with just 1 run, bases loaded, 2 outs. Cheyenne Smith able to get Taylor Olson to chase the 0-2 fastball up in the zone for strike 3. Lexi Coons back out on the mound for the Lopes here in the 5th as she deals with the 5, 6, and 7 hitters in Seattle's order, starting with Kaylee Ree. 1 for 2 in this game, got Seattle on the board back in the first inning with that 2-run double with 2 outs. Hooks that one down the right field line and into the Redhawks bullpen for strike one, count 0-1. It'll be Ree, Nance, and Sylvan. As Seattle looks to add to their 4-run cushion here in the 5th inning, trying to even up the series at 1 apiece before tomorrow's series finale. Oh, 1 pitch. Misses low and away, count 1-1. Lexi Coons has done a superb job since entering this game for Yessie Morrison back in the first 3 1/3 innings pitched. Has allowed 2 unearned runs, just allowing 4 hits. He's walked 3 but has struck out 1, while only allowing 1 extra base hit in the process. Up to 55 pitches after this next pitch. Goes with the fastball on the corner, and it's in there for a called strike. Count moves to 1-2. One-two pitch. Hit softly on the ground to second. Torvill throws on to Olsen for the 4-3 putout to retire Ree for the first out. So Kaylee Ree now 1 for 3 in this one. As Carly Nance will dig in with 1 out and nobody on. Picked up that RBI single in the first to make it 3-0. Struck out swinging against Coons back in the 3rd.
Lexi's really looking for a quick 1-2-3 inning.
First pitch to Nance, lofted foul on the left side and into the seats. Count quickly 0-1. With that strikeout in the 3rd, Nance's batting average down to .276. 4 home runs, 21 runs batted in. Does have 24 hits on the season. Outfield playing slightly to the left for the left-handed hitting Nance. Olsen playing right on the line in left field as that pitch plunks Nance, and she'll take first base. So she's on for the 2nd time in this one. 1 out and a runner on first base. That is the 3rd hit batter of the night for Seattle. As Cherise Sylvan digs in for her 3rd plate appearance. 1 for 2 in this one already, .327 average. Infield single back in the 1st would be left stranded with 2 outs before popping up to Savannah Torvill in her last at bat.
Number 27, Cherise Sylvan.
First pitch, ripped to second. Torvill has it, flips to Smith for 1, on to first. Not in time. A nice stretch and pick there by Taylor Olsen at first base. But the speedy Sylvan beats it out. So runner on first base now with 2 outs after the fielder's choice from Sylvan. And that'll bring up Brianna Timmons. Timmons 0 for 1 in this one already. And she looks to pass the baton over to Matriotti with 2 outs. Matriotti 1 for 1 in this one, picked up a hit in game 1. And she has raised her batting average 6 points, now up to .232 on the season. First pitch misses outside, count 1-0. Timmons with a soft fly ball, or soft pop-up to Shea Smith in her last at bat in the 4th. Walked back in the 2nd inning. As a 1-0 pitch. Misses low and the count moves to 2-0.
You know, heat really does play a big factor tonight, as it's still 94 degrees here in Phoenix. And it's only 55 degrees in Seattle, so this is definitely not what the girls are used to.
.2-0 pitch. Looped in the air, left field. That ball's going to fall for a base hit. Coming over is Nicoletti. Throw to 3rd in time. Gianna Nicoletti does it again as she throws out Sylvan at 3rd base. Great defense all around tonight for Gianna Nicoletti. She's now thrown out 2 base runners as well as made a sliding catch in game 1. So let's go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Still a 5-1 lead for Seattle as the Lopes look to chip away here at home.
You can catch the latest series from GCU TV, Living as Lopes, Finding Your Purpose. Living as Lopes follows a group of GCU students as they navigate their way through college life and all that it holds, with a few fun twists along the way. Check it out on youtube.com/GCU.
So not too shabby tonight for Gianna Nicoletti, who's thrown out 2 base runners, 1 at home plate, 1 at third base. We saw her make that diving grab with runners on first and second and nobody out back in game 1 in the 1st inning. We'll see if the Lopes can get their bats going against Cheyenne Smith. Left the bases loaded back in the bottom of the 4th inning. Smith will deal with the 9, 1, and 2 hitters in the Lopes order as they're running out of time in this one. Lorianne Olson will lead things off for the Lopes. 0 for 1, popped up to third. To Matriotti, leaving Maddie Dowdle on third base with 1 out back in the 3rd.
Right fielders, number 21, Lorianne Olson.
Through 4 innings, Cheyenne Smith has been able to mix some of her pitches here, mainly her fastball. Mix it in different spots. Has challenged the Lopes inside as well as up in the zone. As the first pitch to Olson, tries to lay down a bunt, misses, count 0-1. Through 4 innings, Smith has only allowed 4 hits while allowing just 1 earned run. And was the RBI single to Sierra Smith last inning, excuse me. And she now has 3 RBIs on the night, including that 2-run home run in game 1. Smith has 3 strikeouts, has only allowed 1 extra base hit. That was to Maddie Dowdle in the 3rd inning with a leadoff double. Has thrown 71 pitches up to this point. Has a 1-1 pitch, misses up in the zone to Olson. Count moves to 2-1. And nobody currently warming up in that Redhawks bullpen. So this game firmly in the hands of Cheyenne Smith. Again, trying to pick up her 7th win of the spring. 2-1 pitch. Laced in the hole. Going to be a tough play. And it's going to be made. Backhand grab by Timmons, throws across the diamond. And what a play over there at first base by Madison Cathcart. And it looks like they're going to say Lorianne Olson is out on the play. They're going to discuss it. Dale Wilson, Eric Jones, and it is going to be an out. What a play by Madison Cathcart at first base. A full-out dive over there to keep the ball, as well as keep her foot on the bag in the process for out number 1.
The left fielder, number 24, Gianna Nicoletti.
Couldn't have asked for a better play there from the Redhawks first baseman. As Nicoletti digs in, first pitch misses outside, 1-0. Timmons with the great backhanded stop. Would have been a tough play regardless. Timmons throw a little bit up the line. Cathcart, like I just mentioned, with the full-out extension there, able to keep it in front as well as her foot on the bag. Going to be a tough play here after the bobble from Matriotti. And Nicoletti's going to reach. Nicoletti with great speed over there at first base. Looking to give the Lopes their 2nd run of the night. So after flying out to center in her first at-bat, is on base for the first time tonight against the Redhawks. Runner on first base, 1 out, and Shea Smith's going to dig in, trying to pick up her 2nd hit. Shea raised her batting average to .390 in her last at-bat with a single in her right field. Drills that one to deep center. Going back is Vigiano. She's on the track at the wall, and she makes a play right in front of the wall for out number 2. A very nice play out there by Olivia Vigiano, taking away an extra base hit from Smith right in front of the warning track.
I really thought that was going to be gone.
The second baseman, number 26, Savannah.
Shea Smith inches away from connecting for her 5th home run of the season. Savannah Torvill will now dig in with 2 away now as the Lopes again just looking to chip away with at least 1 run here in the 5th. As we move into the latter stages in this game. First pitch misses low, 1-0. Savannah 0 for 2 in this game, struck out looking back in the 1st. Grounded out softly to Cathcart to 1st in her last at-bat. That came in the 4th. 1-0 pitch. Fastball inside, jams Torvill. It's been Smith's specialty so far here tonight. Getting those Lopes hitters to chase that inside fastball, getting in on the hands for strike 1. Nicoletti lets her jump off first base. 1-1 pitch, misses up. Smith unable to get Torvill to chase that 1-1 pitch up in the zone. As I've been preaching all night, Smith comes at you with that fastball in before setting you up for that fastball high in the zone. Torvill saw it come and did not chase. 2-1 pitch, misses up and away as the count moves to 3 balls and 1 strike. So we'll see if Torvill swings here on 3-1. Dangerous hitter at the plate, hitting .325, but the Lopes looking for base runners with Kaylee Holland on deck and Sierra Smith waiting in the hole. 3-1 pitch. Torvill gets her pitch, rips that one down the line. If it's fair, it's gone. It hits the pole. Sayonara. 2-run home run, Savannah Torvill. Her 6th of the season. And the Lopes are right back in this game. It's 5-3. So Torvill gets the Lopes right back in this game. It was her 7th home run of the season that has hit right off the left field foul pole. A skyscraper there for the Lopes second baseman as Kaylee Holland will now dig in. A huge blow for Cheyenne Smith. Has just allowed the Lopes right back in this game. They're down by 2. First pitch to Holland, ripped up the middle into left center field. That's going to be a base hit. Holland thought about 2 heads back to 1st for a single, so just like that, the Lopes bring the tying run to the plate here in Sierra Smith.
I'll have to tell you, Jack, this game is far from over. Lopes are really trying to make a comeback right now.
Number 3, Sierra.
The right person up at the plate if you're Coach Pearson here. Sierra Smith launching that 2-run home run earlier. 1 swing of the bat. We'll be all knotted up at 5 here in the 5th. Smith's got to be careful. Comes with the fastball on the corner for strike 1, count 0-1. So Cheyenne Smith cruising through the first 3 innings, found herself into trouble in that 4th inning, was able to escape with only allowing 1 run allowed. But a huge 2-out, 2-run home run off the bat of Savannah Torvill gets the Lopes right back in this game as that pitch is cut on and missed by Sierra Smith, and the count is 0-2. And Shea Smith coming inches away from making this a 5-3 game in the previous at-bat, flying out all the way to the warning track to the deepest part of the ballpark in center field. 0-2 pitch, misses outside, count 1-2. So the Lopes starting to figure out Cheyenne Smith slowly but surely in this one. We'll see what she gives Sierra Smith here on 1-2. Goes with the fastball away, and Smith just pokes her bat out there and laces it in the left center field for a base hit. Nice piece of hitting there for Sierra Smith. As she just sticks the bat out there, barrels it up, and laces it into left center field. Well, that's as tough as a pitch you're going to see from Cheyenne Smith, trying to dot that outside corner on 1-2. And Sierra Smith doing her best job to just make contact with that pitch and lacing it into left center field. And it looks like that could be all for Cheyenne Smith. As Kate Acton is going to pinch run at second base, as the Lopes are going to bring the go-ahead run to the plate, and Kaylee Dietrich picked up a single in her last at-bat against Smith. So it doesn't appear as if they're going to take Smith out of this game. Just a mound visit from the pitching coach.
And if things weren't already hot enough in Arizona, things are really starting to heat up for the Lopes on the field.
Your catcher, number 5, Kaylee.
So with Acton on second, Smith on first, Kaylee Dietrich has a chance to at least tie up the score here in the 5th inning. A lot of speed on that base paths for the Lopes with Acton pinch running and Sierra Smith at first base. So we'll see what Smith offers. The first pitch, fastball up in the zone, misses, count 1-0 to Dietrich. Dietrich picking up a single in her last at-bat, lined out sharply to Brianna Timmons at short back in the 2nd inning. Picked up that RBI double in the 2nd inning in game 1 of this one as she lays off that pitch on the inside corner. Did she go around? No, says Tail Wilson, the first base umpire. So the count moves to 2 balls and no strikes. Well, it'll be interesting to see here if Smith goes after Dietrich with a fastball here down 2-0, trying to get the ball over the plate. Goes with the fastball. Dietrich just gets underneath it as the count moves to 2-1. Had her pitch to hit there. We'll see what Smith gives her on 2-1. Came right after her with the fastball. Wouldn't be shocked to see Smith come in with the fastball here on 2-1 before trying to challenge Dietrich up in the zone with 2 strikes. Gets a sign from Thompson. 2-1 pitch. Fastball hooked down the left field line. Hard hit there by Dietrich, but a hook's foul. Count moves to 2-2, so she does go with the inside pitch. Doesn't get it in enough. Dietrich just out in front enough for her to hook it down the left field line, but that ball was hit right on the screws by the Lopes catcher. So Acton and Smith will try and get a good jump off first and second base on this 2-2 pitch. Fastball. Popped foul by Dietrich to stay alive. So Smith goes low in the zone there with the fastball. And again, that fastball up in the zone has been the bread and butter for Smith all night long. Dietrich's got to be looking up here on 2-2. As she goes with the fastball up in the zone, ripped down the left field line and foul. So Dietrich all over that fastball. Smith unable to get it in enough to the Lopes catcher in this at-bat, but Dietrich getting just out in front of it just a little bit in this at-bat, rifling those 2 foul balls down the left field line. Maddie Dowdle waiting on deck, looking to have a chance in this inning. 2-2 pitch, chopped to third. Should be an easy play for Matriotti, who throws across the diamond for the final out of the inning. So the Lopes will leave 2 runners on base, but not before Savannah Torvill launches a 2-run home run off the left field foul pole. Her 7th shot of the year as we head to the 6th. Brand new ball game here in Phoenix. It's a 5-3 Seattle lead. You're watching GCU softball here on GCU TV.
I will always be with you, my friend. I will be with you until the end. I will always be there when you fall and help you when you need it most of all.
When my hot water heater failed, she was pregnant, in-laws were coming, a little bit of water, it rocked our world.
I had no idea the amount of damage that water could do.
We called USAA, and they greeted me as they always do. Sergeant Baker, how are you? They were on it. It was unbelievable. Having insurance is something everyone needs, but having USAA, that's a privilege. We're the Bakers, and we're USAA members for life.
USAA. Get your insurance quote today.
Let's move to the top of the 6th inning. Lexi Coons back out on the mound as the Lopes only trail this one by 2. They trailed it 5-0 through the first 2 innings of play. Lopes slowly but surely figuring out Cheyenne Smith in this one. Savannah Torvill with a huge 2-run home run off the left field foul pole for her 7th home run of the year in the 5th. Smith able to work herself out of further trouble, leaving runners on first and second. As you got Kaylee Dietrich to ground out to third. First pitch to Matriotti. Misses, low count 1-0. It'll be the 9-1 and 2 hitters for Seattle. Matriotti picked up a single back in the 4th, walked back in the 2nd. Has been on base 3 times this afternoon. It'll be Matriotti, Vigiano, and Choate, as Seattle looks to add a few insurance runs here in the 6th. Pitch misses outside, count moves to 2-0. A pitch just missing for Lexi Coons, who's been brilliant thus far in 4 1/3 innings pitched, has only allowed 2 unearned runs, 5 hits, has a strikeout as well. As the 2-0 pitch, fastball on the outside corner, just misses, and the count moves to 3-0. Coons wanting that pitch from the home plate umpire, Eric Jones. So Coons will look to work her way back in this at-bat to Matriotti. Matriotti with great speed on the base paths. Trying to get on here in the 6th. And that pitch right over the heart of the plate as the count moves to 3-1. Vigiano, Choate, both hitless tonight, 0 for 5 combined. But tremendous power from both bats. So Matriotti, a huge base runner here in the 6th if she can get on, and she does as she reaches aboard with a walk. That pitch just misses outside by Coons. And that'll bring up Olivia Vigiano looking for her first hit of the night. So Vigiano, who picked up a hit in game 1, has grounded out to second. Reached on an E4 in the 2nd inning. And reached on another E4 back in the 4th. So she's been on base a few times in this one as she spoils that one foul, count 0-1. Vigiano in her last at-bat hit a chopper to second. Tough play for Savannah Torvill. Tried to put a little bit too much on the throw to first base. Got past Olsen, allowing the runners to advance to 2nd and 3rd with less than 2 outs. Lexi Coons able to work herself out of that jam back in the 4th inning. That pitch misses outside. Count moves to 1-1. Again, Matriotti with great speed over there at first base, so Kaylee Dietrich going to pay close attention to the runner on first base. One pitch. Misses outside. Count moves to 2-1 now. So Coons falling behind these hitters early in this inning as Kaylee Dietrich wants to go out and chat with her right-hander. Basically just to say, keep doing what you've been doing the first 4 1/3 innings. Lexi Coons, again, has only allowed those 2 unearned runs. She has allowed 4 walks.
Yeah, I think Lexi really needs to simply relax, focus, and go back to those fundamentals that have helped her been so successful throughout all of her other saves during the rest of the season.
We'll see what she goes with on 2-1. Blooped into center field. That ball is going to be caught out there by Maddie Dowdle, flashing the leather. So Maddie Dowdle able to glove that one before it finds grass for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, incredible play out there by Maddie Dowdle. Lopes pitchers can always depend on their team to be right there behind them, getting those outs.
So we've seen Gianna Nicoletti with a few gold glove-like plays out there in left field. Maddie Dowdle with the tremendous grab out there for out number 1. First pitch from Coons, laced into left field. Right there is Gianna Nicoletti for out number 2. So a couple of hard-hit balls off the bat of Vigiano and Choate. Nothing to show for it as there's 2 away now with 1 out with Cathcart digging in.
Gianna definitely made it look easy out there. The ball flew right to her glove.
So the Lopes trying to strand Matriotti over there at first base after the leadoff walk. Leadoff walks are historically never good, but a few defensive grabs here for the Lopes as that pitch is blooped into shallow right. On the lip of the grass there is Savannah Torvill to make the play for the final out of the inning. So after the leadoff walk, Lexi Coons able to get herself out of further trouble. As we head to the bottom of the 6th, Lopes still very much in this ball game, down by 2 as they look to even up the score. Let's move to the bottom of the 6th here in Phoenix.
If you're visiting campus this spring, why not stay at the GCU Hotel? Featuring comfortable rooms, a resort-style pool, and the Canyon 49 Grill, it's the perfect place to stay when coming to GCU. Book a room today at gcuhotel.com.
So Lexi Coons, a brilliant performance in this one. Nobody currently warming up in the Lopes bullpen, as she seems far from done in this one. May come back out for the top half of the 7th inning. As it seems to be it for Cheyenne Smith. Smith going 5 innings, allowed 3 earned runs on 8 hits. Was able to get the big outs when she needed it, as she passes it over to Andy Larkins. We talked about Larkins in the pregame, picking up the 5th no-hitter in Seattle softball's history last weekend against Bakersfield. So this will be her first appearance since that no-no. Coming into this one with 10 wins, 3 losses, and 88 in a 3rd innings pitch. She's allowed 87 hits, 32 runs. She's walked 37, but has picked up 56 strikeouts in the process. She's allowed 18 extra base hits, including 7 home runs. As the Lopes trail by 2 with the 7, 8, and 9 hitters due up in their order. Maddie Dowdle set to lead things off. Dowdle picked up that double back in inning number 3. 2-2 fastball over the heart of the plate from Cheyenne Smith. Deposited it off the left field wall for that leadoff double. Would be left stranded on 3rd base, as that first pitch misses low, count 1-0. So it'll be Dowdle, Taylor Olson, and Lorianne Olson. If anybody can get on Gianna Nicoletti, will get a stab at Larkins here in the 6th. Dowdle squares to bunt, pulls back, waves off that fastball on the inside corner, and the count moves to 2 balls and no strikes. So we saw a heavy diet of fastballs from Cheyenne Smith through the first 5 innings. We'll see what Larkins has in her arsenal as she goes after Dowdle with the fastball on 2-0, fouls it in front of home plate. Count moves to 2-1. Two-one pitch. Fastball misses low, and the count moves to 3-1. So Dowdle trying to reach base here to lead things off in the 6th. Taylor Olson on deck. Dowdle not trying to chase anything out of the zone here on 3-1. Fastball in, fouls it off, and the count runs full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Larkins places that pitch perfectly on the inner part of the plate. We'll see what she goes with on this payoff pitch to Dowdle. It's been a steady diet of fastballs in this at-bat. I haven't seen the off-speed pitch yet, as Larkins kicks and delivers the payoff. Goes with the fastball up. Dowdle pops it up right into the glove of Timmons for out number 1. So Dowdle not getting enough of that one to find the outfield grass. 1 away here in the 6th, and Taylor Olson will dig in.
First baseman, number 8, Taylor Olson.
Olson with the sacrifice bunt in the 3rd, struck out back in the 4th, still looking for her first hit of the night. That pitch misses low, count 1-0. That pitch in there for a called strike. Count evens up at 1-1. Larkins, a native of Tucson, Arizona. As she delivers the 1-1 pitch. Hit sharply to 3rd. Tough play there from Matriotti. Bobbles it, regathers, throws across the diamond for out number 2 to nab Taylor Olson. 2 up and 2 down for Larkins here in the 6th. And that'll bring up Lorianne Olson. So Matriotti doing a great job staying with that one. And she'll play in at the bag at 3rd for the speedy Lorianne Olson. trying to slap the ball the other way. First pitch, slap the other way and foul as the count moves to 0-1.
Yeah, Seattle is definitely doing everything they can to prevent the Lopes from getting ahead right now. They're really trying to keep that 5-3 lead.
Oh, 0-1 pitch. Chop to first base. Nice play there by Cathcart. She steps on the bag to get the Speedy Olson. A 1-2-3 inning for Andy Larkins as we will head to the top of the 7th inning. Seattle leads this one by a score of 5-3. You're watching GCU softball here on GCU TV.
Feel the thunder in the heart of Phoenix. GCULopes.com.
Across the painted desert to where the mountains touch the sky. This is Sanderson Ford country, where Arizona's pride. Sanderson Ford country, built on serving you. Sanderson Ford, satisfaction in everything we do. We're Arizona's pride. Sanderson Ford.
Let's move to inning number 7 here in Phoenix, Arizona. Lopes have been able to get back in this game after trailing 5-0 through the first 2 innings, have made it 5-3. A 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the 6th from Andy Larkins. As Lexi Coons comes back out on the circle for her 6th inning of work. Has thrown in 5 1/3 innings thus far, only allowing 5 hits. Has not yet allowed an earned run in this one as she deals with the 4, 5, and 6 hitters in Seattle's order, trying to keep this a 2-run ball game. First pitch misses low in the dirt, count 1-0. It'll be Thompson, Ree, and Paul for Seattle, trying to add some insurance to that 2-run lead. And looking ahead to the bottom half of the 9th inning for the Lopes, it'll be the top of the order with Gianna Nicoletti, Shea Smith, and Savannah Torvill against Andy Larkins. 1-0 pitch to Thompson, ripped in the air, fairly deep right center field. Going back is Olson, and she'll turn and watch. Sayonara, solo home run for Bailey Thompson. She picks up her 10th long ball of the season, and that's the insurance run we were talking about for Seattle. It's 6-3 here in the 7th. So Coons leaves that pitch up in the zone. Thompson waits back on it, takes it the other way for her 10th home run of the season. Raises her batting average up to .310 as that'll do it for Lexi Coons. As Brianna Aguilar will take over here in the 7th. And they can't complain about what Lexi Coons did here tonight. Found herself in many jams, but was able to work herself out of it, only giving up that 1 earned run, the solo shot to Bailey Thompson here in the 7th. So Aguilar will enter. We mentioned in the pregame show, Brianna Aguilar taking over for Ryan Denhart in the first inning last Friday against New Mexico State out in Las Cruces. Throwing 5 2/3 innings, only allowing 2 earned runs. So she will now face Kaylee Ree with nobody on and nobody out.
Number 17.
As the Lopes look to limit the damage here, now down by 3. As if they're going to win this game, they're going to have to do it in walk-off fashion here tonight at home.
Now batting for Seattle, second baseman, Kaylee Ree.
Last time Seattle and GCU met, Brianna actually picked up one of the wins in the series. So let's see what she can do tonight.
First pitch chopped foul by Ree, count 0-1. She's 1 for 3 tonight, is Kaylee Ree. Picked up that 2-run double to get the Redhawks on the board back in the first inning. Laced that 2-run double into the left center field gap. Average at 317, popped up in the 3rd inning before grounding out sharply to Torvill back in the 5th. Lays off that fastball to even up the count at 1-1.
It's crucial right now for Brianna to get this strikeout.
1-1 pitch, ripped, and a nice stab there by Shea Smith. The Lopes really flashing the leather here tonight. Shea Smith got up and got that one. A hard hit ball off the bat of Kaylee Reese, slicing that one into left field. Shea Smith had other plans.
Yeah, I have to tell you, glove is on fire tonight.
We saw that play to end game 1. Shea Smith with a diving grab out there in shallow left field and foul ground. A phenomenal play to end game 1. A nice play there by Shea Smith for out number 1 here in the 7th. First pitch in there for a strike on the inside corner, count 0-1 on Carly Nance. And we saw Carly Nance start in game 1. Got roughed up in that 4th inning, allowing 8 earned runs en route to a loss. As that pitch ripped to second, right there is Torvill for out number 2. So Seattle hitting the ball hard here in the 7th. Only have that 1 home run off the bat of Thompson to show for it. 2 liners to Smith and Torvill here in the 7th. 2 away, nobody on, and Sylvan digs in. First pitch chopped, foul on the left side, count 0-1. Again, it will be the top of the order for the Lopes in the bottom of the 9th against Andy Larkins, who has not allowed a hit in her last 2 appearances. Thus far, coming off that no-hitter last weekend against Bakersfield at home in Seattle. 0-1 pitch, misses outside, count 1-1. One pitch, left high and outside, count moves to 2-1. Sylvan with decent speed on the base pass, as the Redhawks would love to get her on with Brianna Timmons waiting on deck. 2-1 pitch, chopped to Smith, makes the play, gets the hop, throws to first for the final out of the inning. So stellar defense for the Lopes here in the 7th, but not before Bailey Thompson goes the other way for a solo home run, her 10th home run of the season. A huge insurance run for the Redhawks as they lead this game 6-3, headed to the bottom of the 7th inning here in Phoenix.
From the Center of Worship Arts comes Canyon Worship 2018, a collection of songs written, recorded, and performed by GCU's Worship Arts students. Available now on iTunes, Spotify, and Google Play.
So last chance for the Lopes against Andy Larkins here at home, as Seattle looks to regain sole possession of first place in the WAC conference. And the Lopes tied things up in that conference with that 10-1 win earlier tonight. If they're going to do it, they're going to have to get past Andy Larkins here tonight. Gianna Nicoletti, Shea Smith, and Savannah Torvill due up if anybody can get on. Kaylee Holland and Sierra Smith will be due up 4th and 5th. Nicoletti 1 for 2 in this game, picked up an infield hit in her last at-bat. Would love to get things going here for the Lopes after playing stellar defense all day long for Coach Pearson's Lopes.
Leading off the bottom of the 7th for GCU, the left fielder, number 24, Gianna Nicoletti.
The defense mainly playing in for the speedy Nicoletti. She squares the bunt, pulls back, pitch misses outside, count 1-0. The story in tonight's game, Seattle jumping out to a quick 5-0 lead, 3 runs in the first, 2 in the second. So that pitch cut on and missed, count moves to 1-1. Lopes were able to chip away late in this one. First run coming in the bottom of the fourth. RBI single from Sierra Smith, and then the 2-run home run off the bat of Savannah Torvill off the left field foul pole in the bottom of the fifth to make this a 5-3 game. As that pitch is cut on and missed, count moves to 1-2. Cheyenne Smith looking to pick up her 7th win of the spring. Came into this one 6-4 through 5 innings pitched, allowed those 3 earned runs on 8 hits. Was able to hit her spots, came after the Lopes with an inside fastball at first, got him to chase the high heaters as well. As a 1-2 pitch to Nicoletti, misses outside, count moves to 2-2. Two-two pitch, cut on and missed. Nicoletti will take a seat as she strikes out to kick things off here in the 7th. Larkins picks up her first strikeout of the night, and that'll bring up Shea Smith with 1 out and nobody on.
Number 6, the shortstop, Shea Smith.
First pitch to Smith, laced into left field, but it's going to stay up enough for Sylvan to make the play for out number 2. So Shea Smith, who's hit the ball hard all night long, slices that one right into the glove of Cherise Sylvan for the 2nd out, and the Lopes are down to their final out.
The second baseman, number 26, Savannah Torvill.
So the last hope here for the Lopes is Savannah Torvill, who launched that home run in her last at-bat. Takes a strike on the outside corner, count quickly 0-1. Savannah raising her average by 6 points with that home run in her last at-bat, average at .331. As the 0-1 pitch cut on and missed, Larkins unveiling that off-speed pitch there on 0-1. It's been a steady diet of fastballs thus far to the first 5 hitters that she's faced. Completely fooled Savannah Torvill on that pitch as the count moves to 0-2. So with the Lopes down to their final strike, we'll see what Larkins gives Torvill here. Goes with the fastball, chopped to third, but foul past Matriotti. So we'll do it again at 0-2. And Cheyenne Smith in line for her 7th win of the year. Yessie Morrison in line for a loss here tonight as the 0-2 pitch chopped foul. So we'll do it again at 0-2. The Lopes can put Torvill and Holland on. Sierra Smith would come up as the tying run. .02 delivery from Larkins. Fastball low in the zone, misses, count moves to 1-2. So Torvill able to fight off a couple of tough pitches in this at-bat. Lays off the pitch low on 1-2. We'll see if Larkins comes up in the zone here. As Smith was able to get the Lopes again on that inside corner throughout the night. Goes with the inside pitch. Off-speed pitch there from Larkins, and that'll do it as Torvill swings through it. Seattle picks up the 6-3 win here in Game 2 and regain sole possession of first place in the WAC Conference. As Cheyenne Smith picks up her 7th win of the year. Yessie Morrison comes away with the loss in this one. Lopes chipped away at the end, Montana, but in the end, the Seattle Redhawks pick up the victory.
Yeah, Jack, tomorrow's game is going to be really crucial to determine who's going to be one of the #1 seeds going into the WAC tournament. In the meantime, you can follow Grand Canyon University on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/GCU.
And from everybody here at GCU TV alongside Montana Lambton, I'm Jack O'Hara saying have a great night. We'll be back for senior night tomorrow, and go Lopes.